Hi everybody, it is the Mad Mystical Monk. These are the books I read the last week and I enjoyed them all immensely. Well, mostly. Some of them was just drivel. I'll save the best for last. I read Kabbalah for Dummies. It says, understand the spiritual and ethical teachings of the practice. Curious about Kabbalah, this friendly, plain English guide clears up the common misconceptions about this mystical tradition, showing you how to incorporate its wisdom into your daily life. You'll explore the history of Kabbalah and its major text. Understand the mystical tree of life, examine Kabbalah controversies and conflict, and see how Kabbalah grow closer to God. Oh, Kabbalists grow closer to God. I actually grabbed this thinking it was Kabbalah, the Complete Idiot's Guide to Kabbalah. I think I gave us 4 stars on Goodreads. It's odd because they got this book back in 2007 at the library, and the spine hadn't even been touched. It's like nobody even read it. I'm like, wow, all the mysteries of the universe on a shelf and nobody's ever read it. It kind of makes you wonder what books at a library could completely change your life and the lives of everyone around you and yet have never been read. They just sit on a shelf. It's like, wow, crazy. This is Jewish mysticism, which is something I've studied a lot of. And I have to say this book was pretty good. I read the Sefer Yetzirah, which was a little bit more complicated. It's the cosmology and just really more complicated. Hebrew is something I'm not very good at. I can't actually read Hebrew, but I'm trying to actually learn. So I've got some books I'm probably going to order. Let's just hope that goes well. My teacher told me to study Hebrew, so I guess I got to do what I was told. Being vegetarian. Sorry, I lasted 3 days and I completely went back to eating meat. So, there's that. It was so-so. Here comes the books that I actually enjoyed reading. Well, the Kabbalah book I enjoyed, but this book was really cool. Penn and Teller's How to Play in Traffic. If you followed my channel, you know I absolutely love Penn and Teller. Their stuff is very funny. Penn Jillette is a no-nonsense atheist libertarian, which he really lets you know when he writes his books. But you know what? I know a lot of people are like, wow, this guy reads stuff by atheists. He reads mystical books. He reads Christian theology. You know why? Because I like to have a well-rounded picture of how things actually work. I figure if I don't study books about atheism and evolution, and books about Christianity and Jewish mysticism and Buddhism and Hinduism, if I don't study this stuff, I'm not well-rounded enough and I'm going to be an ignorant American, which, as most people around the world know, even in my own country, is pretty freaking common. I'll be honest with you, I live in Ohio, and in reality, if I don't go to the library, nobody I know or associate with reads. Americans don't read. I think it's like 1.7% of Americans, I probably got the number wrong, but they don't read. And as I've come to find out on YouTube, the majority of people on BookTube read pop fiction. Yeah, I'm a 28-year-old dude. I'm not going to read it. I don't know what any of the young adult stuff is anymore. Because obviously I'm reading stuff like this, which was written for adults. Yeah, this video is going on pretty long. I'm like proud of myself. I'm just joking. Yeah, I love Penn Jillette. This book is really funny, and it's got pictures and stuff in it, which are absolutely fun, absolutely fantastic. Let's say just Teller. I think it's funny his name's Teller and he doesn't talk. He really can. I always thought he was short, but the funny part is he's about average height. Penn is 6'7". So anybody next to him is going to look short. I'm 6'2", and if I stood next to him, I'd look like I was short. Definitely check this out. This book is a magic book. It teaches some magic tricks. It's got some comedy thrown in. I've actually got a couple more of these books on the way, so I'm looking forward to that. And the best book I read this week goes to Penn Jillette. Every Day is an Atheist Holiday. More magical tales from the best-selling author of God Now. Absolutely love this book. I absolutely loved God No. I love that book too. That's the first book I read by him. I read Presto, How to Make 100 Pounds Disappear. Everything he writes is absolutely fantastic, matter of fact, and really, really funny. He's an American magician. He plays in Las Vegas at the Rio, so I was looking into that. Maybe I might be going to Las Vegas in the next year or two. Who knows? I have to talk to some of my friends. But yeah, this guy's funny as hell. I just can't get enough of his writings. I'll show you the back of the cover. See, he's a comedian. He's no nonsense. He doesn't judge anyone, which he makes pretty plain in the book. Why? One world government. Let's get rid of the monarchies. Oh, just all right. I'm just like really tired. I live here in the States, and it's like royal wedding. It's like we're independent until something good happens in the UK. So and then we want Queen Elizabeth back. It's like maybe she should just say, yeah, we'll just take back the United States. Because I've been on some blogs and people are like, the United States is still part of Great Britain. And where I'm sitting at in the newspapers and the magazines, everything, kind of seems that way. No taxation without representation. I'm pro monarchy as far as the United States going back there. I mean, hell, it can't do worse than what we already have, right? I'm trying to be funny. Please like and subscribe. And don't forget to dance in the madness of life.